Hello, everyone. Angela Carter here. We'll be getting started shortly here in this live masterclass on the 7 Secrets of Home Business Success. So if you're just hopping on, be sure to, underneath this video, you'll see a comment section. Go ahead and put in your name and where you are tuning in from, and we'll get started here shortly. But I wanted to get on here early, just to let you guys know you're in the right place. So give us about a couple more minutes. I would say about 2 more minutes, and then we'll go ahead and get things going, okay? And for those of you who are hopping on, go ahead and put your name and where you are tuning in from, so that way I can interact with you and give you a proper welcome. So if you are just hopping on, this is the 7 Secrets to Home Business Success live masterclass. Actually, I had to move up our time. We were originally scheduled for 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but had an important call I have to do at 9, so I had to bump it up. So hopefully, I'm glad to see that some of you guys that are on were able to get on and able to see my emails. I was trying to send out emails and notifications letting people know that the time was moved up an hour. So glad to see a lot of you guys that are hopping on now. So we'll be starting here soon. I'm just pulling up my slides. We're going to be content to share. Video, if you guys see my YouTube video, if you saw the video on Facebook, this is going to be a training to help you boost your business and your existing company tonight. I asked people to bring their company's compensation plan because we're going to roll up our sleeves and get to work. We're going to help you come up with a business plan to know your numbers that you need in terms of online marketing to grow your existing business online. So I'm going to go ahead here and get going. I'm going to pull up my slides here in a second, but let me check and see if anyone here left their name in the comment section. Again, if you're just hopping on, you're here for the 7 Secrets to Home Business Success Masterclass. My name is Angela Carter. And if you are tuning in from in the comments, I'm going to go ahead and get started because it's already 8:01 and I don't want to time. So let me go ahead and pull up my slides here. All right, everyone. So welcome to tonight's live masterclass, the 7 Secrets to Home Business Success. My name is Angela Carter. I'll be your trainer for tonight. So I'm excited to see all of you guys are hopping on board. So let's go ahead and get this going. Let's get this started. So for those of you who are brand new to me, maybe you are not familiar with my story, I just want to hear my background, how I got started in the industry, and what really inspired this live masterclass tonight. So if you see the woman on the screen there with her trying to pull out her hair, the reason for that is just to let you know my background. I got started in the home-based business industry back in 2010, right? A couple of years after I graduated from the University of Texas School of Law. So my professional background is a licensed attorney in the state of Texas. I got started in the home-based business industry and decided to just really start a home-based business because I had over $220,000 in student loan debt from law school. And so I saw the opportunity to be able to work from home and be able to pay off my debt, but not only that, have the time freedom. You know, I was no longer interested in working 80 to 100 hours a week at a law firm, but I wanted to be able to make a 6-figure income to be able to pay off my student loan debt, but also have time freedom while I do it. And I also saw the opportunity to be able to, income from home and be able to have the money to support ministries and charities that mean a lot to me, wanting to be able to go on mission trips as a Christian and have the time freedom and the financial freedom to do that. But like I said, I got started in 2010 and things did not start off easily for me. I got started and here's what happened. I ended up recruiting 5 people in 2 years. I struggled really for a long time. And I remember going online And I remember going online to build my business, and I was in a company that was very open to people marketing online, but they taught us strategies to basically harass people online. So instead of harassing people offline, go online and bug your family and friends online and invite them to your home party. So I remember doing that, and the first party that I did, 0 people showed up. Like none of my family and friends supported me at all. And so I ended up going online because I was very ambitious. I said, look, this can't be this hard. Building this business cannot be this hard. I went to law school. I passed the Texas bar exam. And so what I did, I went online and I was typing in things on YouTube. Some of you probably can relate to this. Maybe that's how you found my videos. But I was typing in things like how to succeed in network marketing, MLM success training, anything that could show me how to build the business that I was in. And I started coming across a lot of people online who were making all these promises, right? They were telling me, oh, this great lead marketing system can help you generate leads for your business. But so what I did is I got started thinking I would learn how to build my business, and what happened, how to promote that system and not my company. So I was generating a couple of leads, but I was still struggling. I was generating a couple of leads, but then I really didn't understand how the system was marketing my business. It seemed like it was marketing the system. So I ended up quitting that. I quit that system, and I just got so jaded. I don't know if you guys have ever been there where it's like, okay, all these people are saying all these different promises online and you just don't know who to believe, right? Or you've been in a part of things like I was where, you wanted to just promote your company. Like, can someone just show me how to promote what I'm doing? And everybody was, the things that you got involved in was promoting that system and not your company. So I got to the point where I got jaded. I didn't trust anybody online anymore. So I did exactly the opposite of what they were telling me to do. So at that time, a lot of the online gurus were saying, never, ever, ever buy a list of leads and cold call people. Well, because I was jaded from doing the online thing and it didn't work, I was really building other people's systems and not my business. I said, you know what? Screw these online people. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to now do exactly what they said not to do. I'm a cold call leads. Buying this list of leads, don't know who I am, have never heard of me, never talked to me, but basically they responded to like a blind generic ad about starting a business from home. And the company that I bought these leads from sold these same leads to other people in other companies. So basically these people were getting bombarded with all these calls. So when I finally picked up the nerve to pick up the phone, because I was terrified to call these people, half of them didn't answer the phone because, it's the modern day age. And most people, if you don't recognize the number on your phone, you're not picking it up. So I was making all these dials, which was taking a lot of time, and half the people weren't answering. But then the other answer, some of them were really nice, and some of them said, hey, yeah, I'll take a look at what you have. And then when I followed up with them, never could hear from them ever again, never to be found, never to be heard from again. For some people who did answer the phone, but they screamed my ear off, and they were like, screaming at me and saying, don't call me ever again, and all this stuff. So it got to the point where I just said, you know what, into business to do this, to be a glorified telemarketer. And I said, I didn't start a business to then start hating what I was doing in my business, because again, it took you back. I was in law and law. So my whole thing was I wanted to start a business that I would actually do things that I love to do. And here I was sitting here calling these strangers, getting yelled at. And I'm like, this is worse than law. How many of you guys can relate to this, where a business maybe because you didn't like what you were doing in your current job, in your current 9-to-5 business, and now you don't like what you're being asked to do to market your business. So now it's like you hate your job and now you got a business that you hate. To that, comment in the comment section below and let me know. But that's where I was at. I was struggling. So after that experience of being a glorified telemarketer and being screamed at, I was done. I quit the industry. I quit the industry in 2011, early 2011. I was like, I'm done. Hey, you know what? I didn't think I was a quitter, but I said, look, I quit this because I don't have the personality for this. I'm an introvert. I was a young lady in high school who would hang out in the library because I didn't want to talk. Like during lunch break, I would go in the library just so I could kind of get away from people. So you can imagine how crazy it was for me to think that I would sit there and call these leads every day and enjoy it, right? So I quit the industry. I just said, you know what? Maybe this just isn't for me. stories of people walking on stage, you know, the soccer mom, the, you know, the plumber or whoever, you know, that, you know, built their business and got to diamond and, you know, 20 days or something. But I just said, you know what, I've seen other people succeed, but I just don't think this is for me. So I quit the industry. And around of 2012, I started getting all these emails about some training products and a training platform that people were having success in. People who, well, here's what got my attention. These were people who were like me, who had always struggled to build a home-based business, but finally, and that's what made me start saying, I don't know, you know, what did they find out? Because for me, I'm all about evidence. I'm all about proof. I want to see proof that something works. That's my legal background. You know, like you can't just go around making claims that something works and you don't show proof of it, right? Show evidence of it. So my interest got piqued. So I just say, you know what, I'm just joining to see kind of what they're doing and see the training products. So I ended up getting started, and I'll tell you guys a little bit later on tonight about it. But I started consuming the training, and here's what happened. I ended up being the person who, when I was in that previous company, struggling leads, struggling when my upline was telling me, just talk to 2 people a day. I couldn't even talk to 2 people a day. I went from being that person to now, as you see on the screen, sometimes bringing in up to 16, having 16 leads a day, 16 people asking me for more information about my business. When I started having a lead flow, and I'm sharing this with you guys, not to share my story, but I want you to see the progression, because a lot of times you see people who become top leaders in their company, but you're like, how did they get started? What did they do from the very beginning? And those are the things I'm going to share with you tonight in the 7 secrets of home business success. But I want you to see my progression. You're going to see through these next slides that it had to build up, right? So it started with me getting lead flow. And I'm showing you this because this is your path to success in your company, no matter what company you're in. If you're in Mary Kay, if you're in It Works, if you're in Vacation Travel, it doesn't matter, but it starts with the basics. Okay, so I started getting lead flow. Then I started recruiting people in my business. I started getting customers as well. And then I started having more income, right? I ended up hitting $1,125 in a day online. Now, obviously, income's not guaranteed. You can see income disclaimer at empowernetwork.com/income. But why? Because I had more people looking at my business. Okay, so here's what happened. I started hitting the leaderboard in my entire company. I hit the top 10 on the leaderboard for most signups ever, right? And most signups in the past 6 months in my company. It started with lead flow. Then I started getting consistent signups, started making more money. Then I started hitting the company leaderboard. Because this is how it happens. A lot of you are on here tonight and you're like, what am I not doing in my business? Why is it that people are hitting the leaderboard so easily, and why am I struggling? I'm showing that this is the progression of how you get to the top of your company leaderboard. And then I'm going to share with you the 7 things of what I did. But I want you to see this, because a lot of times we see the glory, we see the success stories of all these leaders, but we don't see what was it or what caused them to get there. Okay, so here's what happened after that. I started making a full-time income, started making over $4,000 a month inside my business, became a multiple 5-figure earner. Then I was asked to speak on stage on a Rising Star panel in my company. This was April of 2015. July event, because we had an event in April and we had an event in July. So April event, I was on the panel. So I didn't get my own solo spot. But in July, solo speaking spot. So those of you who want to be speakers on stage, get excited about tonight's content, because you can go from somebody like myself who struggled for 2 years in this industry, then had quit, to hitting the top of your company leaderboard with what I'm going to share with you guys tonight, to being on stage. I was able to move into a home, and I was able to retire my mom. That's my mom over there with the black scarf on. Look, she looks young, doesn't she? But I was able to move her and myself into a 3-bedroom home. And that was always one of my biggest dreams when I was growing up, is to be able to, retire my mom and get her a nice house. And so that's what I'm doing this training from tonight. And not only that, what's been awesome is I've been able to sponsor this beautiful child in Sierra Leone with the income that I'm now making in my business. And so I say all that to say, what you're going to learn tonight, it's not just about you, right? It's not just about you. It's about the people that can be helped from it. Some of you guys are building your business for a loved one. Maybe you want to retire a spouse, right? Or maybe you want to be able to do something nice for a loved one, your mom or your parents. Some of you are building a business to pay off student loan debt. Some of you are building a business because you actually just want to impact people's lives. You want to be able to speak on stage and share with people your story, inspire others, motivate others, encourage others. And I would say that that's probably been the most enriching thing about this, is being able to impact people's lives. People like Jacqueline Walter, who was in Arbonne when she first started working with me. Now she's a Christian teen coach. And she was someone who hated her business. Does that sound familiar? That was like my story, right? And she was struggling to build her Arbonne business at the time. And she got started working with me, learning some of the secrets that you guys are going to learn tonight. And she started getting leads from her Facebook fan page. And this is a testimonial from her. She said, I love the backdoor Facebook marketing strategy. I'm having so much more fun in my business and starting to love what I do. Now, she was able to figure out what her purpose was and what she wanted to do. And what she always wanted to do was be able to be a teen coach. So she's a Christian who wanted to help teenagers with their self-esteem. So now she's a teen coach. I work with people who are coaches too. And she's not promoting Empower Network. She's not even attached to Empower at all. She was just a customer of mine who wanted to build her existing business. And so now she's a Christian teen coach. She has, I think, over 2,000 or 1,000 fans on her Facebook fan page. She's built a wonderful community of teenage girls who are now connecting with her. And she's been able to now live her purpose and her passion. And she has the marketing skills and abilities to do it, right? Marie Ocean was someone who was in 5 links when she got started. She was someone who paid $1,000 to someone to get the results that she's now learned how to do in 5 minutes. She's been able to do YouTube videos, to talking about her company and be able to get a lot of views and a lot of traffic to her YouTube videos. Like she said, she's now on the first page of YouTube for multiple keywords. And she originally was paying somebody $1,000 to do that, and they didn't get the results that she got as quickly from what she learned. One of my best and favorite stories is Catherine Gage, who's a Mary Kay rep. She was someone who had got to the point where she was frustrated in her business. She had built a Facebook fan page to market her Mary Kay business. And when she got started with me, she was like, look, Angela, I paid $100 for Facebook ads. I'm not getting any results, right? And usually a lot of people that come to me are people who are frustrated and confused. And so I remember having a conversation with her, and I would share with you guys a little later tonight what she did and how she got this. But what ended up happening with Catherine is she finally started having support that she needed. So she ended up doing Facebook marketing the right way. She was able to get feedback and direction and strategy from me. And she went from having 30 customers in the Mary Kay business to 60. So I say that because I want to get you excited about what you're going to learn tonight. I want you to understand that no matter however you showed up on here tonight, what state your business was in, what condition you were in, if you're frustrated, if you're confused about where you're at, if you're kind of feeling hopeless, if you're feeling like, you know what, I'm about to quit, I don't know if I could really do this. My goal tonight is to not only inspire you to know that you can do this, but to equip you with the information to do it. So if you're ready to end the struggle, if you're ready to start earning more money, if you're ready to start impacting more people, if you want to be that kind of a leader, that now when you work with someone on your team, you can actually lead people to success. And if you're ready to start accomplishing your dreams, you saw me accomplish some of mine, but if you're ready to now accomplish some of yours, then this is the part where now we're going to get to the meat and potatoes, and we're going to roll up our sleeves and get to work. And I'm going to share with you guys the strategy. So here's the deal, right? In our industry, some of you guys know right now, 97% of people in the home-based business industry, 97% don't even make $200 a month in profit. Let me repeat that. There's 97% of people who are home-based business owners fail to make even $200 a month in profit. Why is that? Why is that going on? Well, what I say and what I've seen, and there's really 7 mistakes that I've seen a lot of people make. And this is what's fueling that problem of 97% of people failing in this industry. And these 7 mistakes that I'm going to share with you, what I want you to do as I go through them, I want you to identify which ones you're making. Because again, this is not something for you to just hop on and just watch and hear me talk. But like I said, this is about inspiring you into action. This is about you now finally knowing what the heck you're doing wrong so you can fix it tonight. So now 2017 doesn't have to be a repeat of 2016. So that's why I said this is going to be pure content tonight. So that way you know what you're doing wrong and how to fix it. So as I go through these 7 mistakes, what I want you to do is below this video, You'll see a comment section. I want you to comment and say, you know what? Yep, Angela, I was doing that one. I want you to be interactive and engaged because I want you to be fully 100% invested in this tonight. This is a free training, but don't treat it as it's not valuable. Here's what I mean by this. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you show up tonight and you're just kind of like listening and you're not really engaged, here's what that tells me. That tells me that you might have a pattern, you might have a habit of listening to training and not taking action on it. And that may be one of the reasons why, if you bought stuff in the past, if you bought training products or anything in the past that it did not work out, you want to learn how to consume training differently so you can get what you need to get out of it so you can get a result in your business. So the best way I could tell you about how to consume what I'm about to share tonight is, as I go through mistakes, identify which ones you're making in your business. And I'm going to share with each mistake the tip, the strategy of what to do differently. And tonight, I want you to be able to write down and say, look, the time that I spent being fully engaged 100% and playing full out in this training, in this masterclass, led me to now know what steps I need to take moving forward in my business so I can achieve my goals. How's that sound to you guys? So mistake number one is a lack of vision. This right here is the foundation of any success that you will have inside of your home-based business. So here's what I mean by this. Most people, when they get started in home-based business, it's all about them. And the reason why it's all about them and what they want is because they've been trained to think like that. How many of you guys have heard the phrase, find the why that makes you cry? Let me know in the comment section. Let me see if anyone's commenting here. How many of you heard the phrase, find the why that makes you cry? Because I've heard it a lot. Like from the moment I joined this industry, I heard, find the why that makes you cry. Let me see what you guys are saying, because I don't want to neglect you guys. If you comment in the comment section, I know there's a little slight delay, but if you're commenting, I want to see who's commenting, who's interacting. Okay, I see a lot of hi, Angelas. Let me see here. Let me pause this. Let's see who's in the chat. D. Gord says, hi, Angela, thanks for the invite. Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you on board. Janet's here. Hey, Janet. All right, so let's get back. So what I was mentioning is that a lot of people hear that phrase, find the why that makes you cry. And there's nothing wrong with knowing why you're building your business, but here's the mistake that most people make, is they build their business around what they want for themselves. So like a lot of people will say, you know, I want to walk away from my job. Or like when I first got started, you guys heard me say I wanted to pay off my student loan debt. Nothing wrong with that. But here's the difference. When we're getting into recruiting and recruiting a team, people don't care what you want, right? People don't care what you want. They care about what they want. So as a leader, as an aspiring leader, maybe if you haven't recruited anybody yet, or you've recruited some people, but you're not recruiting a lot, what you want to start doing is you want to start acting like a leader, start talking like a leader. What does that mean? If you notice, leaders usually talk about what they want to do for other people. But unfortunately, in our industry, we don't teach people how to have a bigger vision. So the secret to succeeding and hitting the top of any company is having a big vision. What does that mean? What does that look like? Let's say, for example, you are someone who's building your home-based business because you want to walk away from your corporate America job, your 9-to-5 job. Instead of you in every piece of marketing on Facebook, on, you know, YouTube, or whatever you're doing, however you're marketing, instead of you always talking about, you know, hey, I got started in this business because I got tired of my job and I want to make more money from my job. I want to walk away from my job. Instead of you talking about what you want, here's how you flip it into a leader vision. Instead of you saying, I built this business because I want to walk away from my job, here's what you might say. I'm on a personal mission to help 50 people this year in 2017 walk away from their job. If you want to be one of those 50, connect with me here or go to my website here to learn more about our company and our team and our opportunity. How many of you guys see the difference in that? Or if you are a working mom and you want to stay at home with your kids, instead of you always talking about what you want to do and why you got started in the business, flip it. If you're passionate about yourself, wanting to be at home with your kids, then what you want to do is you want to think about, how can I help other people get what they want? What am I passionate about helping other people get? And you create a vision around that. And I'm gonna share with you guys later tonight, like how to come up with your number. So it's not random, but it should be tied to the team size that you need in order to hit the income goal that you want. So we're going to talk about that in a later mistake here, in a later secret here. But so for example, if I want to make $10,000 a month and in my current company, I need to hit diamond or whatever, right? And if I need to hit diamond, I need to have 100 people in my organization, then I might have a team size, leader size vision, a big vision of, you know what, I'm on a mission to help 100 people this year walk away from their job. Now, for a big vision like that, it may not necessarily mean that you are bringing in 100 people, but it may mean that I may bring 50 of those 100. And those people that I bring in, I'm going to now inspire them for leadership. And I'm going to say, hey, look, we're on a team mission to help 100 people walk away from their job. I've already committed to helping 50. How many are you going to commit to? And now all of a sudden now you're getting them to think like leaders. And now when you start sharing and showing up in that way in the marketplace, on Facebook, on, you know, in your videos, on YouTube, whatever, however you're marketing, when you start speaking like that and saying, I'm on a mission to help other people, you will look totally different than everybody else in this industry. Because what is everybody else doing? They're talking about how great their company is and how amazing and awesome it is. Me. Or, hey, this is why I started my business. And this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. But when you now start acting like a real leader, because real leaders focus on what they want to do for other people, and you start sharing your vision, you're going to be more attractive to people. But here's what I'm going to say. This ain't just some strategy to do. And you're like, okay, let me just say the magic, number. And now I'm going to recruit. No, you got to actually commit to that. That means whatever number you say, if you say, you know what, Angela, I'm going to commit to 50 people this year, say it publicly, put it on Facebook, whatever. But now that means you got to stay in your company, can't quit, can't get focused and do other deals. But that means now, because you put it out there and you stated it, you got to be committed to it, because people are going to be watching you. They're going to watch and see, okay, let me see if she's serious, or let me see if he's serious. Let me see if he or she joins something else. So when you say it, make sure it's a number that you're willing to commit to, that you're willing to say, you know what, I don't know how I'm going to do the 100 right now, but I'm willing to invest the time, energy, and money and learning how to get those numbers of people, to help those numbers of people. But I'm not going to quit my company. I'm not going to look to the left or to the right. I don't care what deals people, what companies they're going to try to recruit me in. I am focused, laser focused on helping that many people in my company. So you got to be committed to that number, and you can't quit. So whatever that number is, you got to do it. And I'm telling you, just that one piece alone, for some of you, especially those of you who've been active in marketing your business, it's going to make you look more attractive, and it's going to make a difference in your marketing. I'll tell you guys this. I didn't get this until January 2014. And I started sharing in my marketing a lot of times during that time what I wanted to do. And let me tell you, people started coming to me and saying, hey, Angela, I heard your vision and what you want to do. I want to be a part of it. Like that's what started happening. And what was great about it too, you guys, is, like I said, you'll stand out. And not only that, people will see you as a leader because you actually are starting to think like a leader now. So pay attention. A lot of top leaders in your company, a lot of top leaders in the industry, this is what they did to get to where they are. This is how they talk. And that's one of the things that I started doing back in January 2014. This is before, right? Like I said, I didn't hit the leaderboard until 2015. But again, it was the stuff that was going on in 2014, the things that I was doing consistently. And this was one of those things. I got a bigger vision. It wasn't just about what I wanted anymore. It wasn't just about why I got into the business, but being a business owner means you're solving problems for other people. So what problem do you want to solve for other people? What problem are you motivated to spend your time, your energy, and money and solving for somebody else, and wrap a vision around that? And when you can do that, you're going to be motivated, more motivated than you've ever been before. People are going to start seeing you as a leader, and they're going to be attracted and want to work with you because your vision contains their vision. So as a leader, you want a big enough vision that it will fit the visions of all the people underneath you. And when you do that, I'm telling you, not only will you attract better people who want the same things that you want, and now you guys have a team of people who all want the same thing. It's going to make you attract better quality people that you love working with because they think like you, they want the same things that you want. How many of you right now that are on here live, that was one of your biggest breakthroughs? That right there was like, yep, that was my problem, Angela. That was a mistake. Comment, let me know, and say, yep, I was making mistake number one, Angela. Let me know. All right, so let's move on to mistake number two. Mistake number two is poor time management. Okay. So what I noticed with a lot of people that I've worked with who are, getting started, especially when they're trying to build their existing business online, is they are overwhelmed, right? Or they're either not doing anything, right? So they're not marketing at all. So they may be like watching training all the time, right? But they're not doing the right activities that are income producing activities. So the secret here is you want to make sure that when you are spending time in your business that you're following the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule is Pareto's principle. And what that means is usually 80% of your results come from 20% of your activity. 80% of your results will come from 20% of your activity. So what that means is you want to spend 80% of your time when you're working your business doing income producing activities. What are those? That's making contacts with people, new people who haven't been exposed to your business or your products or services. It's now when you make contact with those people, requesting for them to get more information about your product or service or your business opportunity. That's when they become a lead. So we call that lead generation. Another income producing activity is presenting. So you may not be doing the presentation yourself. Maybe your company has a tool. So you're getting people on a call with your upline, or maybe there's a DVD or a online video or webinar that your company has where now that is doing the presentation for you. So presenting, getting people to a presentation is also income producing activity. Following up and closing with people who've been to a presentation, that is an income producing activity. So you want to make sure that 80% of the hours that you work in your business, you're doing those activities, and 20% should be spent on doing admin, follow up with, existing customers or placing your inventory orders, whatever, and even listening to training. So getting on company training calls or, training on how to build your business online. 20% of your time needs to be spent there. Okay. So let me just break it down in a simple, easy way. So when I'm working with home-based business owners who are in an existing company, and when I'm showing them how to market their business online, I have them literally create a calendar. You can use Google Calendar. It's free. That's what I use. If you don't like using online calendar systems, just get a planner, old school paper planner. And what I want you to do is put in your work hours. So your 9-to-5 job, put that in first. Put in time to hang out with your family or your spouse because that's important. Put in sleep. Sleep is important. We got to take care of our health. But once you put those obligations in, I want you to now take a look at what's the white space, the empty space, the space that you have available. And if you're part-time, start with saying, you know what, I'm gonna commit to 14 hours a week. So 2 hours a day, but you can schedule it however you want to, right? We're in business we have flexible time schedules. But I would say if you want to see some traction, at least 14 hours a week. Okay, 14 hours a week. And what you want to do is block specific days and times of when you're gonna work your business so that it totals up to 14 hours a week. So you will literally go into Google Calendar and schedule it. I'm working Monday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., whatever, however you want to do it, right? Whatever times, but you want to make sure you put that on the calendar. What do you do in those times? Make sure that 11 of those 14 hours are spent in the income producing activities that you see on the screen, the making contacts, lead generation, presenting, following up and closing. So that is mistake number 2. So how many of you, if I were to look at how many hours you worked your business, let's say so far this week, if I were to look at what you were doing in those hours, how many of you were not doing income producing activities 80% of the time? So however many hours you worked your business this week, let's say it was 10. How many of you, if I looked at how many hours you were working your business, the 80% of that time was not spent on it, was being on social media, looking at Facebook posts, or maybe watching training, trying to learn your business, but it wasn't income producing activities. If that was the case for you, that's the reason why you're not getting the results that you want. Okay, so if you have made mistake number 2, and we all have, so this is a judgment-free zone. This is not to make you look bad or feel bad, but this is, let me figure out what I'm doing wrong, Angela, so I can now fix it. That's what this is about. So it's not here to make you feel bad or feel guilty or anything. It's just, hey, now that I know what I'm supposed to be doing, I can now make those corrections and have some results in my business. So how many of you were making mistake number 2? Let me go into the to the group here. And let's see, I know there's a little slight delay. So there's a little delay between when I ask the question and when you guys respond, but let me go in here into the chat. Okay, so D. Gord said, yes, I have. I'm guilty. And here's the thing, right? The reason why you showed up tonight was so that you can know what you could be doing differently, right? So, hey, guilty, but after tonight, right, things will be different and your results will be different. So, so this is what you really needed to see and needed to hear to make that adjustment in your business. So, okay, so let's move on. Mistake number 3 is marketing to everyone. So here's the deal. There's some people who are like, no, Angela, I'm working. I'm on Facebook. I am making posts. Nobody's responding, but I'm making posts. I'm busy. I'm going out every day. I'm connecting with people, but I'm still not getting any results. So here's mistake number 3 is marketing to everyone. People do this in this industry. Why? Because they're told, of course, everybody want to make more money. Of course, people want to get in better shape. Who doesn't want to make more money? So what happens is they're taught to just talk to everybody. And then when they get rejected, right? When they get rejected, when Aunt Sally has absolutely no interest in the business that you're in and thinks it's a scam, then you start realizing, wait a second, not everybody wants what I have. Hey, I wasn't told the truth. Or this is a little bit harder than I thought it would be. Or people are not as responsive as I was told it would be. What's going on? And it's because, here's the secret. Those of us who have hit the top of our company leaderboard, we know how to talk to people and how to pick a target market. So that's the secret. What you want to do differently is you want to pick a target market. What's a target market? The way I think about it is, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the story Target here in the United States, but their logo, right, is an actual target, like an archery board kind of a thing, like a dart board, right? And if you ever looked at a target, there's a bullseye in the middle, right? There's like the little dot that you aim for when you throw a dart or throw an arrow. That bullseye, right? That's like your target market, right? That's like your ideal person, the person who knows what you are offering, interested in it, and ready to get started now. So think of a target market as a specific defined group of people, right? The bullseye. And a market are people who are actually searching for something. So when you go to the market, the supermarket, it's a market for food, right? It's a market for food. You're in the market, you're actively looking for something. So what you want is people who are actively looking for something. You want to pick a target market. So when it comes to promoting your business opportunity, you want people who are actively in the market for starting a business online. Or if you are promoting, let's say, a skincare product, an anti-aging skincare line, you want people who are actively in the market, who are shopping for skincare products. So how do you find your ideal target market? I always tell people the best people to market to are people who are just like you. What were the problems that you were having in your life before you started your home-based business? What led you to start your home-based business, right? So I gave the example earlier when I was talking about vision. If I was a working mom and I wanted to stay at home with my kids, I would market the opportunity to other people who are like me. Other moms who want to stay home with their kids. Why? They can relate to you, right? You'll know how to actually talk to them and speak to them. Why? Because you're one of them. And that makes recruiting a whole lot easier too. And so that's a good way to figure out who to market your product or services to, or your opportunity. Look at you. So before you started using your product or service, what were some of the problems that you were having? And then now market and focus your online marketing to those type of people, okay? Another way to find your target market is to look at the other customers. Who are the people who have bought your company's products in the past? You might want to take a look at the testimonials of people who've bought and say, well, what were their problems? And that will give you an idea of who are the people that are already buying this, because they've already proven that, oh, these are people that I want to market to, because they have proven that they are buyers of it. So for example, if I'm marketing a health shake, I'm gonna look at the testimonials of customers who have bought my health shake in my company, right? These are not people that bought from me, but these are just customers. And I want to see who's buying this. Who are the type of people that are buying this? And then now focus my online marketing to showing this product to those type of people, okay? Other thing when it comes to the business opportunity, look at people who are already joining the business opportunity. So the top leaders in your company, what professions do they have? If you're in a health and wellness company, you notice there's a lot of fitness trainers. That's a potential market for your opportunity, right? And one of the things that I'll give you a bonus tip here. One of the things that you can do is take a look at, listen to the company calls, because they'll share their story of why they joined. And what you want to do is write down what they're saying and how they're saying it, because basically they're telling you how to recruit people like them. I don't know if you guys caught that, but when you listen to company calls and all these leaders are talking about their story, and a lot of people, what they'll do is they're like, man, I'm waiting for the training to start. I don't want to hear all this story. I know their story. How can you teach me how to market? But they didn't catch that just by listening to the story, that person was telling you how to recruit people like them. So if someone's in your company who was in corporate America and they're talking about why they hated corporate America, I would be writing down exactly what that was. And if that was the people that I want to market my opportunity to, I would make sure to share what was it that frustrated people that were in corporate America who joined our company. And now they're giving you the gold. They're sharing with you what they saw in the company that they liked, why they joined, and you can now use that to recruit other people like them. So how many of you were making the mistake number 3? You were out here marketing, you were posting stuff on Facebook, and you weren't getting in front of people who are already searching for your company. If you made mistake number 3, put in number 3 in the comment section below this video. All right, so let's move to mistake number 4. Is staying hidden. Some people don't have the mistake of marketing to everyone. Some people just aren't marketing to enough people, enough of the right people. They're not getting in front of the numbers of people that they need. So the secret here is massive exposure. Some of you may just not be getting your business in front of enough people. So you don't want to underestimate the number of people that it will take for you to actually hit the income goals that you have set. So what we're going to do now is create a business plan. So some of you guys that saw my YouTube video, I talked about bringing your compensation plan, looking at it, figuring out what your income goal is or what your income goal needs to be in order to walk away from your job in 2017. So if you missed my YouTube video, basically what I have people do is calculate their monthly expenses. So like their rent, their utility bill, their food bill, car note, car insurance, all of that. And what I told people in that YouTube video was, the mistake that most people make is they underestimate how much money they think they need to make in their business, because they're just focusing on how much they want to take away. So like, for example, if your monthly expenses are like $3,000, if $3,000 a month, you will need to make more than $3,000 a month in your business, because you got to pay taxes as a home-based business owner. So you got to make more than that to be able to pay your taxes and pay yourself $3,000 a month. You have to have money. You want to have money for savings, because if your income go down or whatever, you want to have money saved in your business to keep your business going. People don't teach us that in this industry, right? You want to have money for marketing your business. You want to have money for going to a company event. So you're going to need more than what you think your personal household expenses are to keep, pay taxes, keep, savings for your business. So I walked through that through my YouTube video. So hopefully you saw that video and you came here tonight, because the assignment was to come here tonight with the overall number, the total number of revenue, money you need to make in your business, to then have a percentage of it go to you, while a percentage of it goes to taxes, a percentage of it goes to savings. So I wanted that overall big monthly number that you need. So hopefully you have that. So here's what I want you to do. I'm going to show you here how to create a business plan, because a lot of people come online and they try to market, they join all these systems, but nobody gives them like a blueprint of what to aim for. So they're out here marketing aimlessly. So they're out here doing Facebook, they're out here doing blogging, and then someone tells them, oh, you got to be on Instagram. So then they're like, okay, and then they get on Instagram. And then someone tells them, oh, no, Pinterest is hot. So then they go on Pinterest. So now they're doing all this stuff and not getting any results. And they don't have any goal of what they need to generate on any of these marketing platforms, on Facebook or Instagram or blogging or YouTube. So they just kind of just winging it. And that's not how we want to operate a business. I don't know about you, but when I started my business, I wanted a consistent check. Like I got a consistent check from my job. Well, consistent income comes from knowing numbers and knowing what numbers you need to hit and knowing how to hit those numbers. So what I want you to do now is we're going to map out what your numbers are and what your numbers need to be. And usually when people go through this process, they realize, whoa, I need to talk to way more than 2 people that like my upline was telling me to do. Right? They realize, man, I do got to get in front of way more people. And that's good to know. The truth is a very good thing to know and to build your business on. So let's write down now, if you have a pen and a piece of paper, get it out. And I want you to write down what that overall monthly number needs to be in your business that you need to hit. So I'm going to give you an example here on the screen. So you would write down for your monthly income goal, your monthly income goal. Let's just say we have a lady named Tasha and her monthly income goal is $3,000 a month, which is really, I really is kind of low. Like that's what most people say they want to take away, but actually she'll probably need to bring in like $10,000 a month in her business in order to take home $3,000, because you got to have taxes, money for taxes, money for savings, money for auto ship, all of that stuff, money for paid marketing, money for her, for maybe she's got to keep inventory on hand. So I'm just using 3,000, but usually that number is going to be more for people. She wants to take home 3,000. Does that make sense? So she wants to, let's say if she bring in $10,000 in her business, she's going to take 3,000 of that and then put some of it away for taxes, put some of it away for those other categories. And I talked about that in YouTube, but so let's just assume that Tasha here wants 3,000. You put your number down. Now, here's where your compensation plan comes into play. And that's why I wanted you to bring it with you tonight. Most companies, it depends on the company. Most companies, especially network marketing companies, you get paid like a fast start commission when someone joins at a certain package level in your company. What I want you to do is pick one of the packages. Usually you're able to easily sell the one that you got in on, but pick a package level in your company. And what you want to do is figure out how many package levels of this do you need to sell in order to hit your monthly income goal. For those of you who are in a company like a direct sales company where they don't really go by that, they go by total sales volume, then you want to figure out what total sales volume do you need based on how many, what the commission is based off the total sales volume. What's the total sales volume you need in order to hit your monthly income goal number? Okay, so I hope you guys are following it with this. So let's say, for example, Tasha's in a company where she gets paid $200 for each new rep who joins her company at the top package. So if she gets $200 for each new rep, she's going to take her $3,000 she needs and divide it by 200. So for you, take the monthly income goal you need and divide it by either how many total sales volume you need or how many, what you get paid for a fast start commission for the package that you're on. Hope that makes sense. If it's not, ask me a question in the chat. So now we need to figure out how many reps do Tasha need to bring on board in order to hit her monthly income goal of 3,000. What I would say for those of you guys who have like a really big income goal, let's say it's 10,000, and based on your company's compensation plan, you would have to bring in like 1,000 people a month or something like that, because maybe your comp plan doesn't pay as much. If that's the case with you, and I've run into this with other people who are in companies like that, then what you want to do is set a small income goal. So like, for example, it may be 3,000. And then what you're going to do is duplicate that goal throughout your organization. You may have to do more team duplication in order to hit your goal. Some of you are in companies like let's say Tasha here, she could hit her income goal, 15 reps a month. That's possible with just her own recruiting without her having to depend on her team duplicating at all. Some of you are going to be in companies where your comp plan is that good, where you don't have to rely on duplication. You'll just teach your team now how to hit their own goals for themselves. So it just depends on the company. But this is kind of the process I want you guys to go through. All right, so let's say she needs 15 people. So now what we need to do is figure out how many people does Tasha need, asking for more information about her business every single month in order for her to recruit 15 people. Online, what we see is that for every 20 people who go to your website, put in their email address to learn more about your company opportunity, about every 20 people, you can recruit about 1. And that's for someone who have never done online recruiting before, kind of brand new. That's what we typically see on average. Now, your number may be better. It may be lower, but that's a number that I've seen. I know for me, even when I got started online, that was my number. So it's realistic is what I'm saying. So what you want to do, so 1 out of 20 is 0.05. So what you want to do is the number of reps that you need to hit your goal, like Tasha here is 15. You're gonna take your number and just divide it by 0.05. And I promise you that's as complicated of math as it's gonna be. So if you find out you need 10 people a month, take 10 divided by 0.05. If you find out you need 30, take 30 divided by 0.05. And what it will tell you is how many leads, how many people putting in their name and email address on your site, asking for more information about your company, how many of those you need every single day. If you remember at the beginning of this class, I showed that little picture, I don't know if I can go back to it, of the lead flow that I was getting, right, that I learned how to get 16, 17 leads a day, as you see here. So you need to figure out first how many you need. And then now we go backwards from there to say, okay, well, what type of marketing strategies can you do to hit that? But first we need to know what the number is, okay? So you wanna figure out how many leads. So when you do your number of reps divided by 0.05, that's your monthly lead number. So with Tasha, 15 new reps divided by 0.05, that's 300 leads a month. Then when you have your monthly number, just divide it by 30, because there's usually 30 days in a month. So I took 300 leads a month for Tasha, divided by 30, and that's 10 leads a day. So let me check in the chat. Are you guys following me here, or is it confusing? Let me know if you're stuck. I'm gonna check here in the chat. Oh, Deborah. Oh, that's fine, Deborah. Yeah, so I'll call you Deborah, not Dee Gord. Holding meetup meetings has helped me. Thanks for sparking me to go back to how I started. Awesome, yeah. And the cool thing is, what people don't realize too, is if you're getting good results from meetup meetings, like offline, you're probably really good at presenting. So one of the things that I would say for you to consider doing as well, in addition to the meetup, is to do online, like kind of like I'm doing now, like an online hangout, basically taking what you're doing in the meetup meetings and doing it online. That way you can get in front of more people. So that would be one of my advice for you. Since that's already working, scale it up, do some online, get in front of more people. In addition to keep doing the offline meetup meetings too. All right, so now you should have your lead flow a day. So how many of you, it was whatever the lead flow a day that you calculated was way more than the 2 a day that maybe your upline told you or what you've heard in the industry? Because for me, that was a reality check when I realized, wait a second, especially when you're dealing with cold market, people who don't know you, you got to get in front of more people. So I know some of you probably, that was a big reality check. So let me go on to mistake number 5. So this would be really good for Deborah here, and for those of you who are either sending people, or you should be sending people to some type of presentation, whether it's a presentation that your upline is doing or your company is doing, or maybe you have reached a point where you're doing them on your own. One of the things that I see for a lot of people is they're getting in front of massive numbers of people. They are getting massive numbers of people, massive number of leads coming to their company presentation, but they'll say, hey, but I'm not converting. Nobody's signing up. So mistake number 5 is having a poor presentation, and the solution is using a compelling presentation. What you want to do is make your presentation about solving a problem, not about your company. So meaning you lead with some problem that your target market is experiencing, not about, your company. So for example, if I was in It Works, I wouldn't say, hey, I'm doing an It Works presentation tonight, find out about It Works. No, I would figure out who my target market is. So if I'm targeting people who want to work, people who want to leave corporate America, I would say, hey, look, I'm doing a Escape the Cubicle or Escape Corporate America training tonight about how you can finally walk away from corporate America for good and never look back in 2017. And now I lead with talking about the problems, giving value, giving helpful tips. And then at the end, I will now talk about my opportunity. That will help more people be engaged, more people to see, wow, there are people who are like me who are in this company. And now you're giving value. You're not coming across as salesy. So you want to show social proof, people who are just like your target market, who have joined, who have had success. That will help you now with the people that you are getting to a presentation. That will help you close more of those people. So if you have made mistake number 5, if you know, hey, the presentation that I'm giving to people isn't working or hasn't been closing people because it's not compelling, that's one of the things that you want to work on as well. Mistake number 6 is poor follow-up. So some of you may be getting people in front of a presentation, but the follow-up is lacking. So what you want to do in your follow-up, if you don't want to come across as salesy and pushy, one of the things that I did that helped me a lot is I actually use blogging and video marketing to follow up with people, if that makes sense. Some people are like, what? How do you use a blog to like close people? So one of the things, what makes videos and blogging so effective is people who were on my leads list, right? People who are on my email list who are interested in my business. What I would do is I would email them blog posts, talking about my opportunity, talking about my products, and I would give value. I would teach something and then I would share it. That's now people who saw the presentation and wasn't interested in joining right away, people who were on my email list that I followed up with. Some people are not, some of you I know who are trying to do business online, you're not collecting email information and you don't have a system for doing it. So now all these people who maybe have expressed an interest in the past, you're not consistently following up with them. Because one thing that helped me a lot was being able to have consistent follow-up. Because there are people who are like, hey, yeah, I've been on your email list for a while and now I'm ready to get started. Now I'm ready to join. But if I wasn't doing and giving value, they would have never opened my emails. They would have never, reached back out to me. So for a lot of you, if you know that you have had a problem in closing, converting people, or people say, oh yeah, I'll think about it, all that kind of stuff, and you don't have a follow-up system, one of the best things that you can do is have some kind of content-based follow-up, like a blog or a video where you can provide value, tips, answer questions. That will help you start closing more people into your company, even those who have been around for a while and haven't joined. All right, and the final mistake and the final secret is people have no system, right? And I kind of alluded to this in the prior mistake is people are out here doing a lot of work. They're talking to people, they're connecting with people, maybe they're generating leads, but there's no system. And here's why I said why this is important. I talked about how a lot of us, those of you guys who are still working a 9-to-5 job, you're getting a consistent check, right? It's like, every 2 weeks or every week, you're going to get a check. In business, we're often told, well, business is different. Well, I didn't want my business to be that way. I want my business to be consistent where I know here's my numbers, here's what I can hit, here's what I can do, here's how I'm gonna get paid. And if you don't have that predictability, it's probably because you don't have a marketing system. You don't have marketing out there that will keep marketing for you, that will keep generating leads for you. And now you'll know, hey, out of every 10 leads that I generate, I get one new sign up. So for me, I went from, I told you guys the average is like 1 out of 20. I started there and then got to 1 out of 10, right? So what was great about that, it was consistency. So for me, I got 10 leads coming in and I know one of them going to sign up. I don't know who it is, don't care, right? I don't have that worry like, oh my gosh, I hope somebody get in. Oh, please let them get in. I have a system now that I know works and that I know converts. So for those of you who had inconsistent numbers where 1 month you do good and the next month you don't, it probably reveals that you don't have a system. So the key thing that you want to have in place is some kind of a system where people can go in, put in their email address, and now there's a follow-up system where you're following up with people, not in a salesy and pushy way. So I shared all of that because I want to share with you guys now, for those of you who want to take it further. You're like, okay, I know I don't have a system. I know I'm not reaching enough people. I know I need this amount of leads a day. How do I do this, Angela? How do I get this to work? So what I want to do is show you guys how to take it further. So it's not enough just to know what's wrong, but it's now saying, okay, let me have the accountability, let me have the support, let me have what I need to now put this in place to now make it work for me and my business. So what I want to do is share with you guys the training products that I bought, that I use to help me grow my business. And this is what helped me finally learn all those secrets that I just shared with you. It was in these training products. So what I want to do is share with you guys what Empower Network is. Some of you guys have been on my list. You may have seen it and you're like, I really don't know. What is this? Can it help me build my business? Because I don't want anything else. Like I had a couple years ago where it was like, hey, promote our system and then never get around to yours, right? So I just want to share with you guys what Empower is, give you some success stories of people who are in companies like Mary Kay, Paycation Travel, who are crushing it in their business. They're not promoting Empower, but I want to share with you guys some of their stories and what they're doing and how I'm going to work with people starting this Monday, to grow their existing business. I'm looking for some more success stories of people inside of their existing company. So what is Empower? Empower is a blogging platform and tool suite to help network marketers get more exposure and leads for their business. Blogging is great because you can get in front of more targeted people. So like I said, there are people who are, let's say I'm in It Works. There are people who are going on YouTube who are typing in It Works compensation plan. and they're looking for It Works. And I want to get in front of those people. Those are my targeted people. These are people who are already actively shopping for it. They're looking for that information. And that's what blogging and video will allow you to do, is to get in front of those people. Some of you saw me through my YouTube videos, right? So I always tell people always ask me, like, does this kind of stuff work? I'm like, well, did it work on you? Like, that's the best for me. Like, anybody could tell you anything, but nobody could tell me what I haven't experienced myself. So if I know, hey, that's what I did, oh yeah, it worked, because I went through it. Like, can nobody work? Because I know it's for you. If you're wondering if a marketing strategy works, just ask yourself, like, hey, did I ever do that? Did it work on me? And then, and just, you're not like, other people are going to be like you and will do a similar thing, right? But that's why I like videos, because I like getting in front of people who I know they were already looking for this information. So if I'm going out and I'm doing a video for people, I know they were looking for it. It's totally different environment than going up to a stranger, in the street. So blogging allows you to get in front of those people who are already searching for your company's products. So let me share with you guys some success stories. You guys saw Jacqueline, who was in Arbonne at the time when she started working with me. She got 2 leads the first day she uploaded her video on YouTube using the video marketing checklist that I have. She started consistently getting daily leads in her business. You guys saw Marie Ocean's story. She did a video on her 5 links business and got 100 views to her video in 1 week and ranked a lot of videos on the first page of YouTube. Another lady, Jennifer McGraby, who was in 5 links, ended up getting 200 views in 2 days to her video on 5 links. Jacentra Cousins here started using blogging, got 100 views to her blog post in 30 minutes. So for those of you who you're like, I needed massive exposure, I realized tonight, Angela, I'm not getting in front of enough people. Blogging can help you do that through Empower Networks platform. Jennifer McGraby, you saw her earlier, a couple slides ago. She got 200 views to her video first because she got massive exposure. Then she started getting leads. So she messaged me, this was September 2nd. I got 2 leads today, never got them that quick before. And it was because of the training. Kind of going through here because I know we're already at an hour here. But if you want more sales, Cherie King was someone who, she said, I joined so that it can help me with my company, but mainly to boost customer sales. So if you want to get customer sales and not really necessarily recruit, she said, I simply blog daily about things pertaining to my company, health and wellness. And I did that for 90 days, following the things taught in Empower. And I've since been getting customers for those products nonstop. So that's the great thing about marketing online, is that you have the ability to put that content out, that video, that blog post, and now it will continue to work for you. So I'm going to go through here. I'm going to get to some more testimonials of people who are in the 21-day challenge. Okay, so let me show you guys here another great example. Okay, so let me show you guys here. When you start mastering recruiting and marketing online, what you'll have happen is when you start targeting people who are already looking for what you have to offer, some of those people will see your video or see your blog post, and they will put in their email address to learn more about your company, and they'll get started the same day, and you might not even talk to them on the phone because you're targeted your marketing that way. Not everybody will be like that, but I want to show you guys examples of this. So you see here, Sharice on my screen, she actually she actually got on my email list. If you see here in the arrows down here, on June 10th, 2014, and take a look at this. This is my back office where you see sponsor, sign her up same day. You're not gonna have everybody like that. I'm gonna tell you the 100% truth. Okay, not everybody that becomes a lead gonna sign up the same day. That's the truth, not everybody. But when you market and learn how to market the right way and learn how to target people who are already thinking about joining, you're gonna have some of those things happen because you've targeted your marketing properly, okay? So I wanna wrap things up here tonight by saying this. What I'm doing is, if those of you guys who don't know, I do a challenge every single month called the 21-Day Challenge, where I give you daily assignments and I teach you how to do video marketing on Facebook to build your business. So I'm getting ready to start the February challenge, which will be on Monday, and I believe that's February 8th. So for those of you who want to use Empower's blogging platform to build your existing business and you want to be a part of my 21-Day Challenge, you want to get started by Sunday, this Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's $97 to get started. what you'll have is everything that you need. So a lot of times with these online systems, they'll tell you, oh, get in, and then you have to buy email service. You got to buy this, all that's included. So you'll have your lead capture page, you'll have your email, you have your blog, you have all of that. In addition to the daily assignments, the video marketing training included, the Facebook training that I have included, all of that for that price. So you now don't have to have like all these different tools that you have to buy. It's just one payment each month. So it's $97, 14-day money back guarantee. And one thing here I'm going to share with you guys, and then I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Jason Jackson was in a 21-day challenge, and he was a Paycation travel rep, and he started getting likes to his fan page and using the Facebook marketing training, right? He ended up doing the 21-day challenge, and he got over 260 likes to his page. I think he's at over 1,000 now likes to his Facebook fan page. But here's the great thing about it. In the 21-day challenge, he ended up generating 15 leads in his business. And of those 15, he was able to do a 3-way call with his upline with 3 of those 15 people. So this works if you're in the travel niche. If you are in Mary Kay, it works for a lot of different people. So I just wanted to hop on tonight to let you guys know that that's what I'm doing. So for those of you who are interested in the 21-day challenge, finally getting that support and help that you need. I don't know, were you guys seeing my screen? Maybe you guys weren't seeing my slides, were you? I don't think you guys are seeing my slides this whole entire time. You're just looking at me, right? So hopefully you guys can see my screen now. Yeah, but this is Jason's results here that I was talking about. That was in Paycation Travel. So hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, so let me see if I have any questions. And I got to hop off here, y'all. I'm late for a 9 o'clock call. But let me go back to you guys can see me. So let me see if you guys have any questions. But yeah, but the 21-day challenge is daily assignments. And I think one of the reasons why a lot of people that I've worked with started getting a lot of great success and results is they finally know what to do every single day, right? They know what they need to do, they know how to do it, and they have the accountability and the support from me. So a lot of times I'm going in there, and once people are doing their videos, I'm going in and giving them feedback on it. So that's another reason why a lot of people are having success, because finally somebody is there to show them what to do, but also not only that, giving them feedback. So when they're going out and they're doing the marketing, they're like, hey, I didn't get this result. I will now go in and say, okay, no, you need to tweak this. No, you need to fix that. So you'll have that support as well. One of the things I also do for everybody that gets started in the 21-day challenge, you will get a 30-minute call with me one-on-one. So that way for guidance, because a lot of times people come in and I have people pick what side of the business they're going to promote. So you can either do the 21-day challenge for a product or service or for the business opportunity. You just have to decide which one. Okay. So let me see if I have any questions here. So no, I'm not video savvy. YouTube is difficult to do. What are the steps? Okay. Yeah. So with the 21-day challenge, what I have is I have walkthrough videos, literally showing you how to do a video, what to say in the video, how to upload the video. So I'm assuming that everybody that gets started don't know anything about Facebook, don't know anything about YouTube. So there's walkthrough tutorial videos showing you how to do it. And in addition to that, if you're going through the videos and you're like, hey, I got stuck on this part, I have a Facebook group for all the people that are in my 21-day challenge, and you will be able to now post your questions in there, and I can go in and help you as well. All right. So Deborah, if you have any continued questions after tonight, because I got to hop off here, email me, or any of you that's watching, at Angela Carter, JD as in dog, @gmail.com. And I will make sure to answer all those questions for you guys. I'm sorry I had to rush in this. I had to move this call up from 9 p.m. to 8 p.m. because I have a call here at 9. But I just wanted to make sure that I did deliver the training. Sorry it was a little rushed. But if you have any follow-up questions before you get started by Sunday, email me at angelacarterjd@gmail.com. Okay? All right, you guys, I got to hop off here. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. I will put the replay up probably tomorrow. I'll email it out. All right. So again, be sure to email me if you have any questions about the 21-day challenge, how it worked for you and your business, and I'll make sure to get those questions answered for you. Okay. Sorry, I got to hop off here, but thank you guys. Have an amazing night, and I will see you guys hopefully in the email inbox. So if you email me some questions, I'll be sure to answer them. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.